Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Multiple stimulus updates from Nancy Pelosi, Steve Mnuchin, Mark Meadows. Let's get right into the content today. I do have to remind you though to get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes. The fact that you can get life insurance in a pandemic is crazy. The link is below. Android Pay, Apple Pay for it. And of course, you can now get 3 free stocks with Webull. Deposit $100, you get 3 free stocks with Webull through the end of the month. Okay, let's go ahead and start with Nancy Pelosi. Let's hear what she has to say. We'll go in chronological order here. So we get the latest for today. We'll add commentary as necessary. But yes, I did say it correctly. You get 3 free stocks with Webull now, which is incredible that they've upped it to 3, worth up to $1,600. Okay, here we go.
And I want to ask you, where do we stand? Because you were notably optimistic, even though the time is so short, your deadline has come and gone, but the talks were going well with Treasury Secretary Mnuchin. But now we're hearing this from the majority leader. What's going on?
Well, thank you. I'm pretty happy. I think we have a prospect for an agreement. I do not believe that our timetable has come and gone. We had a purpose in the timetable, which is that we would establish where we were. Freeze the design on your position. No more discussion about that and that. What is your position? And that is what we are coming to conclusion about now. There's some delay on the part of the Republicans about the appropriations piece of it, but I hope that will be resolved. The secretary will be back in conversation with us later today, and hopefully.
Just going to clarify here really quick. Mitch McConnell is throwing cold water on stimulus negotiations. So anytime you hear McConnell, just hear whatever. Like, just ignore McConnell, okay? Old news. His stimulus bill today on the $500 skinny bill, that got blocked by Democrats. No surprise, so that's not going anywhere. The PPP standalone bill yesterday, that got blocked. That's not going anywhere. Mitch McConnell is a man without power right now. I'm not saying that to be mean to the guy. He's just powerless, and he used to like having power, but now he got nothing. So Nancy Pelosi here is saying, look, we had this 48-hour deadline, and that deadline was to say, give us your position. Let's get everyone's offer on the table. Now that deadline is passed, and Nancy Pelosi, I think she's a little bit justifying here because seriously, like, we don't have a deal, right? So we did miss the 48-hour deadline that ended Tuesday evening. You know, right now it's Wednesday evening and we don't have a deal. So Nancy Pelosi's justifying saying, well, you know, we're going through the little minutia of it, which some people in the comments yesterday are like, Kevin, we're going through the little minutia of it.
Be resolved. So it's just a question then of weighing the equities. Is this worth that? And but we do need more money, and we needed it to be spent in a way to crush the virus, and they finally have arrived at that after all these months.
Wow, that's actually big. So Nancy Pelosi, all smiles right now, big contrast to her time with Wolf Blitzer last week. Ooh, that was rough. But anyway, big contrast here. Nancy Pelosi, this is, and we're listening to it from her, this is a win. She held her ground, and I'm not trying to give her credit. I'm just saying this is what it looks like. Nancy Pelosi has gotten what she wants on testing, tracing, contact tracing rather, and treatments. She's getting the money for that. That's good. So what's left?
More that we can do. My view is that there's no reason that America's schools shouldn't be the safest place in America for our children to go to learn. Yeah. It takes some money for more classes, more teachers, more ventilation, more technology and the rest. But it takes not that much more money to make it safe. If children can go to school, children learning, parents earning.
That's a great line. Children learning, parents earning. But in fairness, she says, not that much more money. Well, I mean, it depends on whose money you're talking about, because Republicans are offering $105 billion. Democrats want over $200 billion for schools now because the needs have increased, they say.
Parents can go to work. And if not, we have to have more childcare, and that's part of our discussion right now. But I'm optimistic because even with what Mitch McConnell says, we don't want to do it before the election, but let's keep working so that we can do it after the election. We want it before. But again, I want people to know help is on the way. It will be bigger, it will be better, it will be safer, and it will be retroactive.
Hey there. Wow. Very promising there. Now let's go ahead and listen to what Mark Meadows says. Okay, so keep this in mind. Mark Meadows, if we were lining up the negotiation here, not me trying to take sides at all, Mark Meadows is losing. And I could say the Republicans would be losing as well. And the reason I'm saying they're losing, I'm saying on the negotiating front, Nancy Pelosi's been stuck at 2.2, and in all fairness, Republicans have been the ones coming closer and closer and closer and closer. Now, I appreciate that the Republicans are coming up to get to this compromise, so I give them credit for that. But on the other side, I'm giving you this preface because we're about to listen to Mark Meadows. And when we listen to Mark Meadows, I want you to know that he's going to bag on Nancy Pelosi, that she's not moving. But that's actually him justifying that we are getting closer to a deal. All right, let's listen.
First on COVID relief, is this real or are you chasing a unicorn on this deal?
Well, we've been obviously engaged with Speaker Pelosi for a long time. Secretary Mnuchin and Speaker Pelosi, I believe, are talking as I'm talking to you and your viewers right now. I spoke to the president, spoke to Secretary Mnuchin over the last hour as we start to try to identify all the remaining issues that stand in the way of getting help to the American people. There continues to be a number of differences, but as I mentioned earlier, we've entered a new phase where we're actually looking at some of the technical language. I met with senators on Capitol Hill about an hour or so ago.
Wow, that's actually big right there. It would not make sense for Mark Meadows. Think about that for a moment. That's big. It doesn't make sense for Mark Meadows to go to Capitol Hill and meet with senators unless he's going to them and saying something like this. All right, huddle up, everyone. This is what we got. We're going to be coming in with a bill like this. Can I count on your vote to get this done? That's what he's doing in his negotiation with Pelosi. So that way he can go back to Pelosi and go, this is all I can get through the senators. But if we do this, I got 13 for you. That's what he's doing. I guarantee that's exactly what's happening. And that's really good. He's not going to meet with the senators to say, oh, hey guys, huddle up. We got nothing. No, because then he'd look like an Alsuipe. That right there, that one statement, actually very, very good. Very good.
Senators are real concerned with some of the policy differences we have in addition to the money.
Republican senators, right?
Republican senators.
So that's where the rubber hits the road. I don't know what you can pass in the Senate now. I don't know what could be reconciled in the House at this late date.
Well, I can tell you that they're not only voting on a smaller package today that should come up, and the Democrats once again are going to say no to a package that
looks like that's been defeated
hundreds
already.
of billions of dollars.
Yeah, no, I tell you, look.
But here's the other thing, Bill.
Ahead,
let me just stress one other thing: is the president's willing to lean into this, and if we see any amount of fair negotiations from Speaker Pelosi, which we haven't really seen to date, it's actually been Secretary Mnuchin, the president, advancing this negotiation further and further to Nancy Pelosi's side of the ledger. But I can tell you that at $1.9 trillion, which is really where we're at right now, when you look at $1.9 trillion, is Nancy Pelosi really going to tell the American people that I'm not going to send that relief to you just for political reasons? And I don't think our chances get better after election. I do think the next 24 to 48 hours will tell us a whole lot.
So you're saying she's not moving, but you're giving in on the negotiating side. That's what I hear from you. Yes or no on that?
Well, yes, that's correct.
Right.
She's made very small
Here's what
concessions.
It appears to be. And am I wrong? It just seems like it's BS. It just seems like each side's given cover to get past the next debate, maybe even past this election, and that's when the rubber will hit the road. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that, Bill, only from this standpoint. As we started out at $1 trillion, we went to 1.3, we went to 1.5, 1.6. We're now at 1.9 trillion. At some point, Speaker Pelosi has to take yes for an answer. I can tell you there were a number of things that she said, if you only deal with this, we'll be able to move forward. So we said yes to that, only to find out that the goalpost moved once again. And so
I'm just going to pause there for a second here and say he's really good at kind of making us feel like he's doing everything he can to get this deal done, and Nancy Pelosi's the one who keeps kind of changing the game. But in fairness, and I worry that I'm coming across as too defensive here of Nancy, but I haven't seen Nancy change the goalpost. She's always been the one who's been saying, I ain't doing anything until I get everything I want. Like, in fairness, the goalpost was always far away. I don't know.
Urging her and certainly all the rank and file Democrats to take yes for an answer. Let's get help going to the American people.
Okay, so that's actually not terrible, but let's go ahead and also get an update on what happened between Pelosi and Mnuchin. So far, I'm optimistic on what Pelosi said, I'm optimistic on what Meadows said, but now let's hear what happened between Pelosi and Mnuchin. Pelosi and Mnuchin spoke at 2:30 p.m. today for 48 minutes. Today's conversation brings us closer to being able to put pen to paper. Okay, well, that sounds stupid. Brings us closer to being able to put pen to paper. Anyway, with the exchange of legislative language, we are better prepared to reach compromise on several priorities. Differences continue to be narrowed on health priorities, including language providing a national strategic testing and contact tracing plan. Ooh, that's actually good. That they're now close or done on a national testing plan. Like last Thursday, 6 days ago, that was no national testing plan. Let the states do it. Now it looks like they've come close together on this. This is very good. But more work needs to be done to ensure that schools are the safest place in America to learn. The speaker and secretary plan to speak again tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Wow. Not bad updates today. Not bad at all. I actually like these updates. And if you like these updates, consider sharing this video. Check out the courses down below. And I'm sorry if you emailed me for a bundle code. Like so many of you have emailed me for a bundle code. It's just me. So I will get back to you. I will not archive your email until I reply to you. So thank you for reaching out for bundle codes on the courses. Thank you for the continued support and sharing these videos. Get your life insurance, get your 2 free stocks, and folks, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.